Hello and welcome to Unique Voices. I'm your host Darryl Smith, and today I have a extremely this guest is off the charts. So I want to first read this to you. Today we explore the life of a man defined by heart, hustle, and healing, a giver, a protector, a father, a DJ, and a mentor in the making. This story is Arthur DJ 64. Arthur, welcome to Unique Voices.
Appreciate you having me. Appreciate you having
Well, Arthur, the first thing that I want to ask you is, who is DJ 64?
me. Wow. So, while we're getting into that, let me say this. I was actually doing a temporary job for public housing. And can't remember the gentleman's name, but I was sitting in the back and I had to climb over the seat to get out. It's lunchtime, and he goes, "We got to give you a name." And he was an older gentleman, and he said, 6'4".
Okay.
And I do recall my great great grandfather asking how tall I was, and I told him 6'4". So that kind of resonated together, and I said, you know what, that's where it's at, because the past names I had were just they weren't for the mainstream. So 6'4" suited me because of the height, and it showed a little bit more diversity too.
I got
Instead
you.
of just something hood. So I fell in love with it.
Well, it fits you to the T. And you know what I always say? I hate y'all tall jokers. I mean, 6'4", y'all got you looking up at you like this. I'm just like, Lord have
But
mercy.
you know, the ladies used to like the shorter guys. So, and I couldn't.
You tell that lie.
I couldn't be that guy.
You tell that lie.
Yeah. So, 6'4" suits me. A lot of people trim it down and they say 6.
Okay.
So, I love that too, because they know what the other part is. And I remember in a verse I did years ago, it was something in the nature of someone asking me, what do they call you 6'4" for? And I said, because I'm 6'4".
Okay.
And it was in the lyrics. So, yeah, it made sense.
It's smooth. It's really smooth. And to your point, it fits you to a T. You know, I look at you as being the gentle giant. The gentle giant.
I've heard that.
And you've got that personality that exudes that caring and loving feeling towards your fellow man. But before we even actually get into that, you're not originally from North Carolina.
I am Brooklyn born
Brooklyn born.
and North Carolina raised.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Okay.
And a part of Brooklyn always going to be in my heart. I love Brooklyn. I love going to visit, not to live though,
Okay.
but to go visit, see family, go to New Jersey, see family, and that's where a lot of my family is.
Okay.
So, but North Carolina has done wonders for my life,
Understood.
as far as slowing it down. As a youth, learning some things that I thought I'd never learn. Like when I first got here, guys was running around barefooted.
With the dust flying in the air.
Dust flying, rocks, spurs in their feet.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was just a different type of living.
Right.
Even when it rained heavy and the ditches filled up, that's where they would swim at, some of them.
Yeah.
You know, didn't want to do that, but that's what everybody was doing, and then it became cool.
Right. Right.
And never got the chance to see anywhere else how everybody related to one another. Before you know it, you became everybody's cousin.
True.
And that was, it became authentic.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, and now the new slang is "what up, cuz," but back then that slang was already
That's
originated and made up, and everybody was doing that.
Yeah.
"What up, cuz? I'm not your cousin, but Evidently we are, 'cause and then they start going down the line. Second cousin, third cousin, fourth cousin. We're cousins, no
Everybody
matter
related.
what. So
Everybody related.
it was all love, and I do miss that in our current world right now. The love,
Yeah.
like everybody took care of each other back then.
When you look at New York mentality and Southern mentality, do you see a difference, a significant difference?
Absolutely. Um, the mentality of the hustle.
Mm.
The hustle for me at the beginning was real. Like when we first came, I was a youth at the time, but then as I grew, cutting grass. Didn't need, the first time I used a lawnmower was the push mower that didn't have a motor on it.
Right. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking
with
about.
The blade, with just the blades
Right.
that barely wanted to move. So
Right,
if your
right.
grass is 3 inches, and I'm scrawny. I'm going there trying to pull and push, but I got it done.
Right.
And so I'll say, and I owe that to a lot of younger guys that was my age, that they showed that same tenacity to go and get it. And it was only a few of them, because a lot of New Yorkers migrated here so long ago that we had to really focus on what are our generation doing.
Okay.
Like in the summertime, what are these guys doing? So the first time I ever did cucumbers, I didn't know what I was doing.
Do not tell me that you picked cucumbers.
I did cucumbers.
Bruh, I did them right too. I did them too.
2 days. And the reason I did 2 days is because I didn't know what I was doing, so I thought I was picking the big ones.
Man, oh my goodness. 6.
And I thought that's how I get the money.
The bigger the cucumber, the more money you're gonna get.
Then I was already, again, a smaller guy, and these guys that been doing it every summer, they noticed what I was doing, didn't change nothing, didn't tell me anything.
Wow.
And they're helping me take it up, and which was crazy. And then it was like, get to the bank on Friday, and he's paying everybody, and he's taking them to the bank. I'm still on the truck, and he's going in his pocket
to pay you.
to pay me. And I'm thinking I did more than they have, because
Right.
I'm looking in their bushels and things, and
Get
they
them
got the little smaller ones.
Yes.
So I didn't understand the dynamics of, we're doing this so people can do the pickle situation.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
So learning different things. The
Well,
learning
I
curve
think
was
they
different.
got the Northerners, because they got us too, because I'm originally from Connecticut. And same thing. I'm thinking, hey, anybody think the bigger it is, the more it's going to be paid.
Exactly.
But I think that was kind of a rite of passage. And then from that, you figure out, okay, this is what's up.
Yeah.
But you said you only did it for a couple of days?
Yeah, because I can't go there and do that. These guys were making enough money to buy Nike Cortez.
Okay.
Me kangaroos. Moms looked out. When we had kangaroos, that was closest to, name
That's
brand we were
hilarious.
going to do. Now, I was able to get a pair of Converse, the canvas Converse,
Okay.
and that was a blessing. She bought me 2 pairs to start school with, and I thought I was in it then. I was good, but
See, y'all were big time, because my mom used to go down the grocery aisle, and then there'd be a little metal basket that had
we did that.
stickers in it. And that's where I get my sneakers
Yeah,
from.
we're not excluded. That was that one time, and then it went from there. But and it's funny we talking about it because, the sneakers that we had, we got picked on so much. We had Cougars, Cugas.
I remember.
And then they start from Cougars, like they just up-branded the Jordans from Jordan 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Isn't that
Then they
crazy?
said Cougar Royals. Look. So if my hey bro, you know what I'm talking about. So it's so hilarious how things have changed. And now that I look at it, I'm saying I'm grateful.
That's all right.
So thank you, Mom, because I'm grateful. I'm more humble. I got more pair of sneakers now than I can wear.
Bruh, that is hilarious. It builds character. It really builds character, because if you know where you come from, then again, if it's not pleasing the situation that you're in, you don't want to go back there.
Right.
But it also gives you respect for the things that you earned and
Absolutely.
you achieved. Now, from New York to North Carolina, you're in Aurora.
Aurora, North Carolina.
So talk to me about
Well,
the dynamics of Aurora.
so when we came, Aurora to me was booming, and I'm still a kid, so it was booming. There was things to do, especially on the weekend. And like I said, a lot of New York migrated there, but also the people that were there, they knew how to party, they knew how to nourish you. Everybody was for everybody. Very seldom that you would see somebody at somebody's throat. So the camaraderie, the brotherhood, the love, I saw all of that. Like nobody went unfed.
Okay.
If that says anything, nobody went unfed. Everybody knew who to call on when it was time to call on someone. And again, that was just love. I mean, to the point where Saturday mornings was so crucial because your room had to be clean Friday
Okay.
in order to watch cartoons. So I'm the first one up
Okay.
every Saturday so I can watch Battle of the Galactic Stars or whatever that was.
Battlestar Galactica.
G-Force.
There you go.
So I'm dead in on that.
Okay.
So I gotta be up first to watch that. So the room gotta be clean the night before you can even come downstairs to watch TV.
Okay.
So watching those cartoons until Soul Train came on was significant, which we don't have that anymore, but that was significant. And again, you brought a point was it built character.
Yeah.
It built a lot of character, and that's what I think the kids today are missing, to build character. Because I thought I was Cyclops, because I only could see out of one eye anyway. So
Okay.
to run around those projects and jumping off the porch and rolling on the ground and swinging on the clothesline pole I thought I was a hero. I thought I was a superhero, you know. So to the point where Mom was able to get us all underoos.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
And when she went to work, I shouldn't be telling this, but when she went to work, we ran around in our underoos.
Man, I think every kid back then ran around in the underwear.
Yeah, and we were the characters that whatever we were wearing.
That is
we
crazy.
were the characters, man. So, and a lot of older people of my age can relate.
Yeah.
Compared to now, it's all of that is like missing.
Yeah, it seemed like there was some magic back then. And when I talk about magic, I'm talking about family magic,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
And you still had to be creative to do things. But right now, there's so much with the information age, and there's so much that's available to kids nowadays that it kind of makes it difficult for them to have that fantasy and believe it. You know, you speak of your mom, and your mom, you're the out of 5 children, you're the oldest.
That's correct.
And you're the one that is, how can I say? You are the leader, and whether it's good things
or
bad, them kids are gonna follow you.
And they did.
So, I know it's a touchy subject, but I'm gonna just come real to you. The reason why you came to North Carolina was because of why. And if you don't want to talk about it, touch upon it, we don't have to.
I'm going to say just briefly, more so abuse. I think more abuse.
Okay.
From a mental standpoint, I think that's where it was. Mom never really talked about it as much as I would have liked her to.
Right.
But when you're a child, you feel it. You feel something's off.
Because I talked about that fantasy, and I talked about that. But the reality is, there's some things that you tend not to focus on because you are children. Yeah. So when you talk about that abuse,
it was excruciating, pain, and I think that's what drove me to do good things and bad things. More so bad things at some point because I stayed in trouble.
Right.
Um, I've had my mom come to the school and beat me in front of this girl that I like. You know what I'm saying? Moms, I still owe you.
Right. Hats off to mama for that one. Hats off.
But yeah, man, I didn't even know she was there.
Hmm.
But the teacher let her kind of stand at the door and watch what I was doing. And I didn't know she was out there. But she came in there and she did a number.
Right.
And I thought after that, to save face, I was going to go home. And she made me stay.
Wow.
Like, I would never forget that. And the girl that I would call myself being her boyfriend broke up with me. Yeah, Mom, right here. I owe you for that one too.
Wow. Wow.
But it was a challenging time because just like now, I see a lot of kids want to, have opportunities to go pro and play different types of sports and able to earn income. And our only thing was we would dream and fantasize about those times or possibly making it. But then our other alternative, if any, was military.
Right. That's the first thing that came to mind back there in the day.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Hey, you want a good life? Go to the military.
Yeah. So, in me, I think I already had a felony at that time in high school that I couldn't go. Then my health.
Well, don't go to that there just yet. Don't go to that because I brought that up because your mother was a single parent.
Correct.
And she was a single parent by choice, so to speak. So coming from New York to here was for you guys mainly, based on what I know. So elaborate on that. And the reason, I'll tell you why I'm asking you that question.
Well, now, Mom was a hustler. Mom worked. So she did tobacco.
Okay.
She knew nothing about tobacco.
Okay.
But I'm sorry. She did tobacco and she did potatoes.
Okay.
So she worked at the potato grater. And so we lived in this projects that was here, and the potato grater was right across the street.
Okay.
So when we were on punishment and couldn't come outside, she can see.
Oh, wow.
She knew if we came outside.
And if she'll go to school to get you, she'll come to the house from working to get you.
But long story short, she hustled. Like, they were working hours I would never thought to work. And it would be from sun up to sundown to basically the next morning almost. Wow. And that was encouraging. Not only that told me if a woman could do this, then what is going on with the men? And to this day, it's still a problem that we have more women that's willing to do what they would call back in the day men jobs. They're natural born hustlers. Mm-hmm. They nurturing. It's like politics. I would love to see a woman president. Now, that's an argument. I already know it is.
Hey, but it's your opinion, so it doesn't matter.
But it's my opinion, and the only reason, because I always thought when you fail, you ran to mama. Anything that went wrong, you went to mom first in certain circumstances for certain families. For me, it was always mom. Now, don't get me wrong, my mom had a lot of help. And when I say help, I mean village help.
Okay.
So a lot of her close friends were males.
Okay.
Now, with my dad being absent, they were, I'm gonna pop you on the back of the head, I'm gonna beat you down, that type of group. And then my stepdad, which I don't believe in the stepdad thing, but I'll call him dad.
Okay.
God rest his soul. He came in and he took us in, and he was the real deal.
Understood.
And respectfully, he didn't hold anything back. And that's what was needed, especially for me, because my siblings followed.
You're right.
So whatever I was doing, they were doing.
Yeah.
But Mom, she was amazing. She was a superhero.
Yeah.
She wore that cape.
Okay.
And when she wore that cape, she put it on every day. And I remember what I'm most proud of her about is the projects. It has a stimulation in it where everybody gets comfortable. Nobody wants to do anything outside of that
Got
style of living. And mom went to school and she started getting her nursing stuff. And I thought that was amazing. There were days where she walked in the rain. It snowed, she walked. It was cold, she walked. Hot, she walked before having a car. So I carry this all today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's nothing I can't do.
Right.
Even when I get frustrated, I think of all of the things that she sacrificed and she did. She could have given up and said, I can't do 5 kids. And she didn't.
Right.
And here we are now. All of us are doing really good, and I'm proud of her for being proud of us and giving us an opportunity to live and see what it's like to live under her roof. She never kicked us out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold up. Let me take that back. So I got in some trouble, and the police took me to the house, and he said, well, Miss Linda, what do you want to do with him? She said, I don't know and I don't care. Take him. I don't care. This is mom being frustrated because this is a everyday thing almost.
Right.
So.
Was that her definition of scared straight?
Yeah, I knew she, at that point, I knew she really didn't know what to do, and she had reached, that point where, you know what, it seemed like he's going to live up to what everybody's saying in the first place.
Right. And
my little sister started crying, and she grabbed me by the legs, and she was telling the police not to take me. That's
wow.
That's why they didn't take me that particular day.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So, it was amazing. I've done a lot of stuff, but my family always have been
in your corner.
In my corner.
And I had the opportunity to talk to several of them, and to have that bond and that unity of your family is something extraordinary.
It's key.
And I think that is what's key to keep you guys, even though you veered off a little bit in there, right. As a group, because Arthur's leading them, saying, come on, y'all, let's do this.
Let's go.
But you still stayed enough focused that you could be in control and not get too buck wild.
Yeah.
So, tell me about James Brown.
Wow.
So there was something that you did that to this day is humorous.
I can't remember. Let me see.
A little step that you used to do?
Not the dance.
Yes, it's the dancing. Your mama loves to see you do that James Brown.
I'll slide across the floor in a heartbeat with the socks that she just washed. That and the George Jefferson.
My goodness.
I'm doing all of that, and I wasn't even the key dancer. Like my brother was. He was it.
Right,
when it came
right.
to dancing. He don't know this, but I looked up to him because he was so smooth with the way he moved. He could have been the Michael Jackson, Chris Brown.
Wow.
Because that's how smooth he was when he danced, and the girls loved it.
Mm.
So I would try to imitate him more so than James Brown because he had the move.
Wow.
So he don't know that, but that was the real deal. I mean, his pop locking was just key.
Wow.
Like you could see everything moving, and I'm like, then he can make his stomach roll, and I'm sitting there trying to do that and can't do that. So I'm frustrated. But yeah, James Brown was one of my heroes for one reason. He didn't care what people thought of him. He did what came to mind. Some of the lyrics, when I listen to his music, even today, even back then, he would say things that we didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
But it made people pay attention.
Right.
He captured everybody by, let me get up and do my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
you want to know what's coming behind that.
Anything that he says, just watch him move. And if you think about all the influences that came after him.
It was
Before
him.
Michael Jackson,
It was him.
it was James Brown.
Just James. It was
So
just James.
yeah,
So and I loved everything about him because he never let anybody tell him he couldn't be who he was.
okay,
And that was one of the guys that I looked up to as well as Mike. But James was, if I hadn't known any better, I would have thought he was an activist because his music carried generations when it was really tough.
right,
Like all the Black Panther stuff,
yeah.
the racism. Every time I see a documentary, his music is
it's right there. You feel it.
yeah.
So do you think that you're the James Brown of your family?
I do.
I think you are too.
I do, because James got in some trouble too.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But you know something? You said something that you envied your brother, and he did not know that. Do you know your brother told me that he envied you, and you didn't know it?
Wow. Nah, I didn't
Exact
know
same thing that you just said. He said about you from the time that you would get up there and do your mixing, to getting on the microphone, MCing, to beatboxing.
Yeah, now I was
All right.
guys used to come to actually battle me.
The Dougie Fresh, the
Yeah.
real deal stuff.
Yeah, it won't just beating and spit. It was.
And he said that you can do it today.
I don't know about that. The wind ain't where it used to be. I'd be around the house trying to do it, and I'm like, man, I ain't got it no more.
I'm not gonna put you on the spot
Please
right
don't.
here.
Because I used to do a really good Fat Boys.
Okay.
I used to think Buff was just super crazy. God rest his soul of Buff and Biz Markie, because I met Biz Markie in person.
Oh wow.
And we chatted it up, and he was one of my guys because he did beatboxing that nobody was really doing.
Right.
And I didn't understand the dynamics of how he was doing everything because he was making two sounds at one time.
Okay.
And I just thought it was incredible. And we had that conversation that day we met, and I just thought it was it was amazing. And I still don't. Sometimes it still sits on me like about how many stars I've actually, artists I've actually been around, and I'm like,
Yeah, because I got a couple that I want to ask you about, but I'm not gonna get into that yet.
Yeah.
I do. You're DJ 64, the man, for a reason.
okay.
So your mother loved that you did the James Brown stuff. Music was the soul of your house, and you were drawn to it like a magnet.
So let me say this: it's time to go out of the house. Cartoons are off.
Okay.
Soul Train is on. Now we
Okay.
want to see Soul Train, but now if you watch Soul Train, you gotta sit and chill, relax.
True.
Ain't no talking. You gotta watch Soul Train. That's it.
That's
After
it.
that, get out.
Get out.
I'm about to clean up my house.
Okay.
So now the house is smelling like pine saw. Mom's just cleaning, and she would play this record. Cutie pie.
Oh
You're
no.
the reason why.
Oh.
So Mom's had the 45. Yeah, she had the 45. Oh my God, I didn't even want to leave out of the house.
No, that song you can't
No.
leave. You can't leave.
No, and she had records, the Tina Marie.
Oh no, Square Biz.
Yeah, oh my God. And you know it's crazy because when we was in the projects, there was several people there that about dusk dark, you already know the action's gonna start. People gonna start pulling up. We don't even know who these people are, but they come to play cards, party. It was just, it was a given that it was gonna
Right.
happen. And this lady Mary, she just partied. We call her Party Hardy at some point, and she just partied every weekend, and she had people over, and it was just cool. And then she had a DJ over. And the DJ name was none other than Mr. Danny B.
Really?
Yes, I admired this guy for a long time. Do you know he even came to the school and DJ'd, and I was just a youngster, really couldn't get in. And I helped him load up, him and his guys load up, but they were all out doing other things when they should have been
Understood.
getting everything together. And Do you know about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, at DJ Disco D's birthday party, I met Mr. Danny B.
No way.
Honored,
I bet.
because that name was all I ever heard. Danny
Right.
B and Star Child, which I already knew Star Child,
Right, right.
and it was just amazing, bro. Man,
There's a list of people that you've met, and that's phenomenal.
that that
And
journey.
and I'm gonna get into that as well because there's just so much about your life
Yeah.
that it just flows.
Yeah.
But the DJ came to the school. Tell me about us playing basketball, Curtis Blow, and that record.
That was so deep, man. And I played that record so much that I started trying to make my own little rhymes to it, but of course you can't do it better than Kurt.
Right.
But I used to walk around the house and sing that song all the time. That's all I knew all the hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
But Curtis Blow was like the king of hip hop, period. Basketball was my favorite sport. I love the way they dribble up and down the court. See,
Was that one of the first records that you ever scratched?
yeah, because
You and your brother?
yeah, that and then AJ Scratch was on that
Okay.
record. And 1, 2, 3, 4, hit it. So you trying to bring that back,
Gotcha.
and it's hard to bring that back when you playing on turntables that got the rubber band under there, so it's not motorized.
Right.
You know, back then, and so crazy. One of the turntables had broken, and didn't know what was wrong with it. My brother and myself dissected it, and we noticed that it was a black rubber band on there. Well, back then you can't just go and grab that from a store. So we took rubber bands, tied them together,
No way.
and put them around that platter so they can turn. Now they didn't turn as accurate, but they still turn.
Okay.
And so we took a record cover, cut a circle, and put it on the platform so that we can bring the record back. Still couldn't get it back to 1, 2, 3, 4, hit it. I mean, that's the cut mark.
Okay.
I mean, that was classic. Basketball, that was good if you try to start it from a cue point of the beginning and then let it play. But that AJ Scratch was just like
Man.
that, and the Marley Scratch. So those songs were just key. And then as the genre was growing, Public Enemy,
Mm.
who else? Boogie Down Production. I'm still number one, and I'm just in there. What? Rubber band pop again. You know.
But that was just the beginning, right?
Yeah, that was the beginning, and then the guy that I was learning from, he didn't know he was teaching me,
Oh, really?
and his name was, we called him Chucky. His name was, in the neighborhood, his name was Chucky. And
Was he the one, your neighbor,
yes,
that you were sneaking into the house?
yeah, myself and my other co-defendant, I'm gonna say that, Mr. Craig Taylor. Back then we call him Kid Magic.
Tell me about that story.
So I'm gonna bring up a name. I may not should bring it up in my interview, but I'm gonna do it. So my brother, I love you, bro, Mr. Terry Williams, and we call him Terry Wayne. Terry Wayne had it going on as a kid, and after school, the school would follow him home.
Okay.
His mom is at work. His brother, which lived with him, he was at work.
Okay.
And so Terry would have a gathering every afternoon. So he had so many gatherings where moms decide, you know what, I'm gonna lock you out.
Oh, really?
So in order to get in the house, go around to the back. So the first day we did it, we said, you know what, we're gonna leave this window cracked so we can get back in here. Chucky doesn't know this. So so yeah, we left the window cracked so we can open it up and get back in there. Next day, that same group coming back to Terry's house just to gather. And Craig and myself, we in there playing the music. So it was a celebration after school.
I got you.
Every
I
day.
got you.
But he was a mentor. Chucky and Craig were mentors, and I learned so much from them just watching them. because I would go in there and just sit on the bed and watch Chucky do his thing. Craig, same thing.
Okay.
And the learning experience was phenomenal because I'm a kid and I'm absorbing it, and this is what I wanted to do anyway. I loved music, and then so happened Chucky left some turntables out on the stoop, and it was about to rain, and I think he was either throwing them out
Oh, really?
and he gotten some new ones, or they just stopped playing. Period. I went and got them. Nobody knew that I went and got them. I went and got them. I took them to the, and this is when I got 2 turntables.
Okay.
Because I just had one at the time. I took them in there, started playing around with them, cut the cord, put another plug on it, plugged it in. It spun. I said, oh God, it works. Did the other one, messed around with it. It started playing. So now I'm just needing needles.
Wow.
And I didn't know where to get needles from. So I kept the turntables, and I had a realistic Radio Shack mixer. And I think I still have it too. I plugged it up, and the needles that were on it, they wore down, because they didn't have the exchangeable heads like they do now. But they still play, but they play very low.
Okay.
So that's when I just started really kind of moving around with them. I had my room. That room was set up. So long story short, I'm gonna go into this real quick. So one of my classmates, because we didn't have a lot, but we had my mom records, and that was it. But mom didn't have the Michael Jackson, and so my friend Frankie let me use his Michael Jackson record.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! So I'm in that. I'm tearing it to pieces in there. So mom comes in the room and she goes, "Oh, where did you get that from? Put it back in the sleeve and give it here. That don't belong to you. You're gonna give it back." Boy, I'm just in tears because I want that Michael Jackson record so bad. Because you know that's the album that the sleeve opened up and Mike is just laying there chilling.
Okay.
So I'm just like, why are you taking this record? Don't take this record from me. I'm in there. I'm trying to make it do what it do, and she just came. She knew I wasn't supposed to have that record, but I wanted that record so bad, so I had to take it back to school the next day and give it back to him. No, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. He let me use it for the weekend.
Okay.
And then I had to take it back Monday. I hated it.
Wow, I bet.
Because he was a cool guy. Anything I wanted that he had, he was like, cool. You can use it. You can use it.
Right. So
then,
that's all in the development of you becoming who you are.
Yeah.
But when you were at school, you and school didn't really get along too much, right?
No. So
what happened there? What was it? The focus? You tell me. What was your focus?
Okay, so as today goes, these kids are really, really focused on music careers. And sometimes even the older guys don't even want to work. This all they want to do is go sit in the studio. Well, taking it back to then, when I should have been in my curriculum, I was music. Everything was music. Everything was hip hop. Everything was Rick James to me. Prince. It had to be those guys. But when hip hop came, and I will say music can influence, but this music wasn't the music of today. The music then had stories, and then they had there was some educational music too, as far as hip hop goes. That's all I wanted to do, and there were no studios to be found anywhere
Back then,
as they are today. And don't even think of putting your own studio together back then. So challenging for me learning the curriculum and studying. So everything, I figured out what to do to help me get by, at least just get by. Because I wasn't a dumb kid. I just didn't want to learn.
Right.
I didn't want to learn it their way.
Gotcha.
So I took everything and made it music. So English class, once the teacher realized that that's what I was doing, then she started telling me, this is how I want you to do your homework. So big shouts out to Miss Hodges.
Okay.
Because Miss Hodges was like, I want you to rap this.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, the
She
Romeo and
recognized it
Juliet
earlier.
and all
Okay.
that stuff. When we had to do those things in English and
Mhm.
writing, that's what I did.
Okay.
When I started studying, that's what I did. I put everything in music form. How I did it, I don't know. To this day, I still don't know, but it all came together. And that was the only way that I can pass those classes.
I got you.
So I incorporated something that was hindering me.
Which they do nowadays, like is the norm.
Yeah, now it's normal.
Right.
But then it wasn't normal because I was the crazy kid. Because I'm walking around the blocks with a boombox this big, and I'm rapping, but rapping wasn't popular.
Mm.
So it was in, but it wasn't in.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't accepted yet. So, because your
Was
main
that like the mid '80s or?
yeah,
or
because your mainstream was your Salt and Peppers, things of that nature. Roxanne,
Yeah.
things that you would probably hear on the radio, but you would hear Salt and Pepper, Kid and Play on the radio before you hear even a Roxanne
That's
sometime.
true.
So I would walk around and I would recite rhymes from other artists. And so people thought I was talking to myself.
Oh really?
Big shouts out again to Miss Delzora Blunt because she noticed that.
Okay.
And we had a conversation recently, a couple of months ago, and she said, yeah, I remember little Arthur walking around. Everybody thought he was crazy, and they thought he was talking to himself, and you were just rapping the whole time.
Wow.
And she's one of the ones that took me in as well.
Gotcha.
So, and I remember this guy named Mr. Tommy. I can't think of his last name, but he watched me walk past his house, and this is me. Let it roll, get bold. I just can't hold back and forth because I'm the man with soul, in control, in effect. So what the heck, rock the discotheque, and this groove is what's next. Now that's Big Daddy Kane's song, Set It Off. I knew that back then. I'm 50 plus now.
Wow.
I still know that.
Okay.
So, big shouts to Big Daddy Kane too.
Yeah,
my
for
man,
sure, for sure.
DJ Skaz Digger DJs for him. So,
Okay.
you know, it's love.
Gotcha.
And when I started rap battling, nobody knew Kane's music like that. So those were one of the lyrics.
And they thought that was you.
They thought it was me all along. So that just actually strengthened my rap skill. So when you ask who the best, you better say me. I'm sending sucker MCs headed north, and if you still want something, set it off. And so those are all Kane lyrics.
Wow.
And I battled a guy, and he was from New York, and he came this way, and he was using all the New York rhymes to battle me. Now he was a skilled rapper in his own thing, but he would use some of those lyrics. And so me and my brother in the room, and I don't know I can't remember what he was doing, but I'm playing records, and I hear these lyrics, and I was like, yo. Because we made it the bus stop and went at it. Like, this was a thing all day at school. Like, can't wait till school is out so we can watch them two battles. But that particular day, he ate me alive because he did use some lyrics that I heard on a record. I didn't know he
Wow.
got that from a record, but you got to think the way that music traveled then.
It was
A year.
It was New York, and then it would come to us, and it was already old.
It's old, and we thinking it's new. So
Yeah.
when people come here and party, well, why y'all playing that? That's so old.
Right.
That's
right.
a year
I remember
old.
that. I remember
Yeah.
that.
So this guy was throwing lyrics at me, and he was killing me, and didn't. I went over to Chucky's house and started listening to stuff, and then it all dawned on me. I
Okay.
said, yo, he was using these lyrics. So the next day we battled again. Of course, I went for the juggler because I knew. So I had my 8 Mile Eminem moment
Okay.
back then,
Gotcha.
which when I think about it is crazy because I had that moment.
Okay.
So Yeah, it's so surreal now, but yeah,
That's wild.
I had that moment, and actually, he liked the girl that I was already liking, and then come to find out she was liking him anyway. So I'm not gonna call your name,
We're gonna leave it
but
alone.
if you see this video, you're gonna know I'm talking about you. But yeah, and he was skilled though.
Okay.
He was very skilled, but he knew the dynamics of North,
In the South.
South,
Right.
because it none of that music was big here. You had to dig into Kane's album. You had to dig into BDP's albums.
Because there were so many songs on those albums.
Yeah.
And they only had a select few that came to us anyway. So he could pull something from the archive and you not even know.
And you wouldn't know. But me studying albums, this is so. I love this because let me tell you, there weren't an album or a CD cover that I didn't get. Open it up. This is what's missing from the music now. The lyrics was on the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You study.
Yeah.
You study every artist of album. EPMD.
Oh my.
I study every lyric. Knick knack, patty whack, give a dog a bone. Yo, don't give him nothing but the microphone.
It was right there.
It was there. So you couldn't help, and not just the
But
guy.
now the kids got the internet, so they can go snatch it up quick too. So
And to me, that's a cheat.
right.
Because one thing that grabbed you when you was buying records or tapes back then was the cover.
Yeah.
If that cover was dope, like Bismarcky, hands down.
Yeah.
Now, one song I could play by him in front of my mom to this day probably is Picking Boogers. You know what I'm saying? It was a classic.
Right.
Though.
Right. You're right.
But speaking of Biz, and God rest his dead, because to my heart was a brother, and salute to Cool V, because I talked to Cool V when Bismarcky was going through his thing before he left us. The Vapors.
Oh yeah.
The Vapors was me.
Mm.
And the only reason I say the Vapors was me, and I won't call the radio station out, I won't use the call letters, but there was a radio station that I went to this guy personally and said, hey man, I want to work with you guys. I want to come to the radio station. I'm a DJ. And he blew me off.
Wow.
And it reminds me every time I talk about it when Biz said, they treated me like a wet food stamp. That always plays in my head because I went to that radio station. He told me, come to the radio station. I got you.
Wow.
The girl that I liked so much, she actually drove me there. We sat, went and got something to eat, came back, sat. Guy never showed up.
Really?
Never showed up. Long story short, about a year ago, this guy friends me on Facebook.
No way. No way.
Hey, we need the link.
No way.
Yeah,
It is him.
and it's him.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Full circle.
Full circle, all the way back around. So when I say God is good,
Yeah.
God is good because that guy saw, he didn't see then, he see it now.
Right.
And it's a huge impact. He said,
Man.
whenever you're in my place in town, let me know. We're
Oh, I
gonna
love
link
it.
up. Now, me being who I am, I hold no grudges.
That's one thing about you.
We're gonna link up. And I'm gonna shake it up
Mhm.
and I'm gonna shake it off.
Right.
Whether I was gonna be in the position I'm in now or not. Still, as a man, there may have been some situations where you couldn't make that decision right
Right.
away. So that's something I have to understand, and I do. So,
Well, that's what makes you great. That's what makes you, as what was said to me, superhuman. That you.
who used that?
Oh yeah, there's some talk in there, and there's definitely some honor and praise for the things that you've done, and even though you silently do the things that you do, many things that you do, it's appreciated, and that's why I'm going to ask you. In school, I don't think I was told that you didn't have the support that you had, and people counted you out.
Everybody counted me out. there were very few that didn't count me out, but there were a lot that did count me out. And unfortunately, it seems to be it at that point in time. It seemed to have been the thing that was always said when you see somebody plunging.
Hmm.
You're never going to do anything. You're never going to amount to anything.
And those words are damaging.
Very
And
damaging.
and no matter how tough you are, there because you're not 100% confident at a kid's age,
Right.
and that does have some kind of mental impact
It
on
broke
you.
me.
Oh, so it did break you.
It broke me, and it broke me silently to the point where I started acting out.
Mm.
So all my frustrations, I was acting out, and that clearly took me to a different level and put my mom in a situation where she had to start making decisions because to hear you're not going to do anything, you're just a statistic,
Mm.
was crucial, and it would be crucial to any kid.
True.
Um, and that you said that, I saw something that they didn't see.
Hmm.
Um, in school, I wanted to be a part of something. Like I said, my brother was cool, so everybody took like to him. Um, I had to do dumb things and stupid things to be accepted,
So was that to get attention?
to get attention,
Okay.
and to hopefully make people like me.
Wow.
Um, now that I'm older and I study kids and watch how they do things, um, I realized at some point they weren't laughing with me; they were laughing at me,
Mm.
and I got it, and it hurt. So when you think of that and you go, and I'm speaking for me, um, and you want to get in a quiet place where nobody's around and you want to holler and scream and cry. That was me. So I was crying out loud. Nobody was hearing me. When people saw that my vision probably been too far fetched, like this was my dream to do music, to want to do music,
Hmm.
and back then that wasn't I. So to get where Michael Jackson was back then, you tell somebody, "Oh, I'm gonna be the next Michael Jackson," and just think coming to a smaller town
Yeah.
and saying that it's no way in the world that anybody would ever believe that you would do. Now, DJing back then, just to be a local hero in any town was good.
Right.
To go where the places I've been now with DJing, nobody would ever thought
Whoever
of.
thought? Well, coming from the PC projects to doing what you're doing now, and we haven't even scratched the surface of the things that you've accomplished. To not have that support, it had to be in you
The
already.
drive.
And I'm wondering because your father was a DJ, not to the level that you are,
No.
but he still had it in him. So was that your drive to say, you know what? Okay, my father was this. He was absent. There's things that my mom did. She's killing it to try to raise kids. I'm just acting a fool and doing whatever I got to do to get attention. But you still had something in you to say, you know what?
Right.
I I've got this thing tickling inside me. I know that it's great. I just don't know how to shape it and chip it and mold it and make it into that diamond that it needs to be. And
Well,
that has to be frustrating.
it was frustrating, but my self-esteem helped me build to power the dream that I had. Not only that, to hear everybody say you can't and you won't.
Mm.
So let me incorporate this. I remember returning back to that town, and there were several classmates around. And the question came, "Man, what you up to now?" I said, "I'm DJing." everybody laughed.
Oh, really?
Everybody laughed, made jokes. I'll never forget it. Now, what they don't know is I took that and
Fire, fuel.
yeah, that was gasoline, moonshine, everything in the same tank. Now
Right,
y'all done created a beast,
right.
but they didn't know that. Um, that particular night that I left them, I got back because I moved and I moved to Raleigh, and I moved to Raleigh with some great people. They didn't know what my intentions were, and none of that. I was still there. I had a place to live. I had food to eat. Had two jobs. But that nightlife called and called and called. And I just kept saying, I want to be a part of Raleigh's nightlife.
Gotcha.
So, networking. Funny thing is, the first club that I played in, I met this guy. He was a con. I ain't going to call his name. But um, I ran into him at a pawn shop, and he was getting ready to take something in and pawn it, and it was DJ equipment, and I said, "What you want for it?" And he said, "Well, I'm not selling it, but I just want to get a few dollars." So I said, "Okay." I asked him what his name was, and he told me his name, and he said, "Meet me at the club tonight, and I'll let you get on." I'm excited, super crazy excited. So I get back and I tell the young lady that I'm with at the time, I'm telling her, yo, I got to go to club so and so because
Come on.
I'm about to be on. I mean, this is like $1 million to me. I don't even want to get paid.
Right,
I just
right.
want to get on that night scene in a big area.
Mm-hmm.
So I get there, the guy not there.
Wow.
The funny story is I get there and I say I'm looking for a DJ so and so, which is DJ Smooth. I'm gonna say his name, Tony Griffin. And he said, "I'm DJ Smooth." I
No
said,
way.
"No, you're not the guy I met today." He said, "I know who you met."
That's crazy.
He said, "But do you know how to DJ?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you over to the skating ranch over on Travick Road with my man DJ Uptown." I said, I'm saying to myself, I want to be here because I knew what this place was doing every weekend.
He's getting ready to try you out.
So he's trying me out. So he sends me to Travick Road. I go and introduce myself to DJ Uptown, and he lets me get on. And oh man, the party just got different, like really fast. And we just collaborated and we did our thing that night.
So it was good?
It was great.
Okay.
And so we started teaming up and collabing over there on Travick Road at the skating ranch. And phenomenal. Friday, Saturday, and some Sundays, phenomenal. So after that, then I just started going to Club Iguanas, which that's where DJ Smooth was the prime DJ at. And he started putting me on.
Oh wow.
Then he just put me on the team. And it went up from there.
Man, that's all right.
And it got crazier and crazier. And then so on, so on. I started saying, you know what? I want to do this for myself too. Because, of course, if you're dealing with somebody that's prime, he's getting that money. He's getting that check. Now I want my check too. So, not saying he didn't pay, because he did pay. And I started out carrying crates. I mean, going to homecomings that he was doing, and he still let me get on. And
Okay.
his partner Dana, which one of my big brothers, he took me in. We all was a family. We were a family. They made me part of the team, and so it was all love. But I knew it was more to it than that. But I met some excellent people. I met Petey Pablo through him.
Right.
Before Petey Pablo was Petey Pablo.
Gotcha.
So a lot of people don't know. I actually was hooking up studio stuff for Petey Pablo in one of his houses when he first got signed.
Wow.
So I've been around a lot of people, and every time I encountered with someone, it pushed me
To a different level.
to a different level to say, I can do this. I'm
Okay.
somebody. I can rock out with
Yeah.
some of the best.
So I'm gonna get you to drop some names. I know that you had DJ Cleve,
That's my guy.
and Kid Capri,
Kid Capri. Um,
Jadakiss.
I've been the
You met,
locks.
you met them.
The locks.
So
We was backstage. This is when they first came out with the shiny suits.
wow.
And I missed the opportunity to meet Big one night when he came to North Carolina. He
Okay,
was going to
good.
come to one of the spots.
Right, right.
Biz Markie, of course. I first met him at Plum Crazy.
Really?
Yeah, he was playing a Jay-Z record, and I wanted to buy it. Hard Knock Life,
Oh wow.
and it just dropped. And I was on the other side, on the Jamaican
Crazy.
side. And
Crazy.
I'm like, who in the world is in here playing this, and what is it? And I ran over there, and it was him.
Wow.
So, legendary.
So I
Yeah.
mean, you're from someone that they didn't think was going to amount to anything to all these top A celebrities. You're actually doing it. And I cut you off with DJ Cleve, but you said that's your guy. So I want to hear the Cleve story.
Cleve is my guy because the way we met, to me, he's a well, I'm messing up the word, but anyway, he's one of those people that he gives, and when he gives from the heart.
Right.
One particular time, I think the pandemic had hit, and he was going through, and
Because he was always doing that live.
He was doing it
once a
live.
week, and everybody was just. Does he still do that?
he tries to, but he's so busy.
Okay.
And one of the things that captured me with him was his heart.
Mm.
Like, he would give just because.
Okay.
And that reminded me so much of me. Like, people don't know, but I would stand in a Walmart line and tell whoever behind me, the next two people behind me, bring your stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. Or I would get to a restaurant in a drive-thru and say, how much is that order? I got it. Don't worry about it. I've had people come back up to me and say, hey, I want to do something for you. And I said, no, I'm fine. I'm blessed. I'm fine. And that's what captured me with Cleve. So, long story short, I sent him some cash. And I don't think he was expecting that.
Really?
And when I sent it, I got a message back, and he said, bro, this too much. And I said, no. I said, I don't want anything from you. I don't even matter if I ever meet you. But what I see you do, and the smiles that I see you put on people's face, I just felt like you deserve to be given back.
Wow.
And after that, he said, bro, send me your number. I sent him my number. And I didn't expect a call. You know, some people will say,
Right.
do this and do that. He called me back immediately. He said, bro, man, this touched me and my family, like, really hard. He said, whatever you need from me, you call me. I'm going to be doing some shows and going on tour in North Carolina and South Carolina. If you want to be a part of them tours, you let me know.
That's crazy.
I got you. So, I jumped at some of the opportunities and on the tours, and he said, I said, man, just the embracing that you having me here. I'm cool. You know, he blessed me with a substantial amount of money that I've ever been paid to DJ. And I did an hour set. And I thought it was amazing. I thought it was phenomenal. Like, I kept telling him, I'm good. I don't need that. He said, no, bro, I can't do it like that. He insisted that I take that. So yeah, that's my guy.
That's nice, man.
Because he did what I would have done.
Right.
And he showed me, I don't care what I have. I can have the lowest. And that's what I learned from my mother. My mother used to do them same things with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, me having something, I don't know if you remember when I used to get up in the morning, I would do my
I
little
do remember
shows.
those shows.
I was giving money away just
You,
because.
you were giving gift cards and
Gift
all that
cards.
kind of stuff, gas cards, all that kind of stuff.
I got that from him
Wow.
because I didn't know what to give.
Mm.
And then I changed it to my own thing and said, hey, we're going to buy lunch on Friday for whoever we pull out of the bucket. And that became the signature thing before Facebook started shutting all my content down.
Okay.
But I got that from him.
That's all
Because
right.
when we talked for like 2 hours.
You know, the thing is, and we've talked about it before, when you give from your heart with no intent, the blessings still come. And you'll have people that interact with you and take advantage of you. But you tend to even push it aside and say, you know what? I've received more than I've ever lost. So if you think that you're doing something to really impact me, it's really not happening.
Yeah.
So you know what? It's like water off a duck's
Yeah.
back. You let it go.
And the same thing, Chris Haddock,
Mm-hmm.
my brother.
Yeah.
He was one of the ones that jumped out the window. He had never heard me play. He said, I need you. And he called me, and we just met off a whim because somebody needed a bail bondsman. and then we, off the strength of loyalty,
Right.
he was like, yo, I need you.
Right.
And when he called, I need you, I'm there.
Good brother.
Um,
Kolja cigars. Kolja
that's
cigars.
right. Get you one.
That's exactly
2,
right.
3, maybe.
Exactly.
And then my sister, Sheila Leggett, New Look Bouncing,
Mm-hmm.
I was told when I first got here, don't interact with her, don't bother her.
What in the world?
My heart. That's
Right.
my heart. She calls, I'm there. And there's
Nice.
several other people that I jump out the window for just
Yeah.
because I see what they do.
Right.
And that's the influence that I love to see that
I love it.
carries me
I love it.
to the next level to say, okay, I might have $10, but I'm gonna give you 5.
Yeah.
Just so I know you're gonna eat. I'm good with that.
Man. I think that's why your blessings really rain upon you so heavily. And during this time period, you become a father,
Phew.
right? So and that experience for your first child. How old were you when you had your first child?
Whew. Too young. I'm gonna say that.
Okay.
But I'll say this. The training that I got, not knowing that I was in training,
Oh yeah.
the babysitting, the changing the diapers, the feeding, just sitting and watching, because back then it was just one TV. So whatever that child was watching,
You
were
watching.
too. so Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers.
Oh wow.
That was the norm.
So would you say that it was a child raising a child?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Fond memories, and even coming in late nights. Some nights, the oldest would be sitting up watching cartoons.
Okay.
And so I would go and lay on the chair and doze off sleep. But she wouldn't go to sleep until I got in there.
Oh really?
And she's sitting up watching cartoons. This 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And she would lay on my chest and then she would go to sleep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
And big, 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 big influence.
So, being that your father wasn't there and you got this first child, do you feel as if that was an impact on what your responsibility was to raise?
Yeah, well, I was always nurturing because I was a babysitter in the projects.
Okay.
So the experience was always there, plus my siblings alone when they weren't babysitting me.
Okay.
So,
right.
but the experience was real. So I already knew the things to do. Now her mother was nobody to play with. So
Okay.
therefore, when it comes to her children,
That's it.
she's dead on.
Okay.
God rest her soul.
Wow.
Love you. Um, but she was like that.
Under strength.
So I had to do everything right.
Okay.
I had to do everything right. Held me accountable. So
Okay.
when I kept baby girl, everything better be right. Her grandmother, everything better be right.
Okay. Okay.
Because they didn't play.
So were you active?
Uh, yeah, I stayed around.
Yeah, because I heard that you didn't miss Christmases,
Oh
you
no,
didn't miss events at school,
no,
birthdays, locked in.
yeah, I was very active, and um, that kept me out of trouble. One,
Hmm.
but thriving. Man, there was a lot of sneaky things going on as well, but I still played. I did my part,
Right, right.
and I knew I had to. I knew this child was watching me,
Oh yeah.
my every move, and now that she's older and she says certain things, I
You
know.
knew she was watching.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So her comment was, "He's a great guy.
Oh,
He's a great guy, and definitely puts his heart into everything." Um, she did
wow.
say that the superhuman Superman comment, that's her, and the kryptonite was your family, and that's because you will do almost any and everything without any recourse, whether it's to your own detriment.
Whether it was good or bad,
You're gonna be there.
yeah. My girls, look, hands down. I don't care what the consequences are.
Right.
I'm going there.
Yeah.
And I'm able to think clearer now, and understand if I was to get into any mischief, then I fail them because I can't be outside of
That
that
makes
box to be there for them.
That's the sign of maturity. That's the sign of responsibility. Because I've got 3 kids myself, 2 girls and a boy, and I say this all the time. They're the ones that gave me direction. And if you fail, you're not failing alone now.
That's
You're
exactly right.
failing them.
That's right.
And sometimes, no matter what feelings you have or discomfort or whatever, it's just like, you know what? I can't give up.
That's when you get one of these. You get the Don and the glass and the ice and a Koja,
And then you just
relax, and
chill.
you got to think, what would I sacrifice?
Mm.
Because I know when that phone rings that she's calling for something. May not need anything physically, but to hear my voice. She can't get that if I'm in the box. Neither my other two. They can't get that. They wake up to me every morning. So that is, it's balanced now.
Hmm.
Knowing to have a peace of mind. And there's some things that went on way in the past that I've always said, if I can get a hold of it, I'm gonna handle it. But I know I can't.
Okay.
So I'm, in a sense, I'm winning right now, because I can go see those people right now. But I know what I'm gonna lose behind it.
Right, right.
So my thing to that is what I tell all the kids is, it takes a split second to change the rest of your life.
Isn't that crazy? 3 to 5 minutes can have your whole life be messed up
Well,
off of emotion.
off of emotions, I wouldn't even get, one split second can do it all.
That's true.
You take 365 days in a year that you can live outside of that box, and 1 second can take, depending on what time of the day you do it in, those 365s are gone.
Isn't that crazy?
Just that easy. So for me, that's a focus. Like, I have a board in my head that I jot things down in to remember
Hmm.
when I run across road rage, or I see a situation that my mother used to say all the time, don't get into everything. You can't help everybody. And I'm one of them people
That tries to
I'll
help
jump in.
everybody.
I was in the bed, this was years ago, I was in the bed sleep, Had a long night. I wake up to a guy beating his wife outside my window. So I go out to stop him, and he refuses. So my partner, I tell him, go get that, because we gonna end this. We already calling the police. The police is already on the way, and he still decided he was gonna keep winning. This is my wife. This is my wife. But you're not gonna beat on her. This is the type of person I was. I'll fight you. You can stand up here. I'm gonna do something.
right,
If I gotta bite you, I'm gonna do something.
Right.
But we gonna get it in to take the focus off her, and
Right.
I'll take that beating, and I didn't even know her.
Right.
Long story short, which is so crazy to me, about 6 or 7 years later, I walk into a Walmart in Raleigh, and the lady goes, "Hey, how you doing? You remember me?" And I'm telling her yes, because I don't.
Because you interact with so many people.
Yeah. So I'm saying yes. How are you? How you been doing? And she goes, "I've been doing so much better. You know, I left my husband. He was just very abusive, and I just want to give you a hug and tell you thank you. You saved my life." Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It took me there,
Yeah.
and it dawned on me who she was,
After that.
and I said, "I'm so thankful and blessed to be in your presence to see you," because I knew most of the time the woman ends up going back to the male,
Right, right.
but she didn't go back,
Okay.
and she got a nursing degree, and she told me a little life story. Amazing, man. Overwhelming.
That's the stuff that I'm talking about. Now, you're that's a success story, and thank God for that. But if you weren't here today, if you weren't born, if you didn't exist, then that would not be. So you have changed the dynamic of somebody's life just by a conscious decision to go downstairs and say, "Hey, this needs to stop." And that's the thing about Arthur that is magnificent, that is phenomenal, that's just legendary. So,
Yeah.
and I keep going back to the school.
Yeah.
You're not going to be this, you're not going to be that. But each little incident is a little pin in somebody's life that helps them to be elevated. So the anointings that you have, you recognize it. Remember we talked about that little thing that's in you that had to be chipped away, to be formed and forged.
Yeah.
That's you. And that's what I think is it's really great. You took it you took a break from DJing.
Yeah. I was going to leave it alone.
So what were you doing in that time period that you took a break?
I was doing a lot of production stuff, and I was just messing around doing the production, thinking I was going to get back into doing production stuff, because I used to do a lot of beats for local artists. Um, I stopped doing that due to being in different relationships and just couldn't really get it together and get focused. And I was going to give the DJing thing up. And the reason I said I was going to give it up, because when I left Raleigh, I came here, and I was looking at the demographics here.
Different.
Very different. And I'm trying to figure out, who do I cater to? Now, I'm not new to Greenville. I know Greenville.
Right.
Not well enough like some that were born and raised here, but I knew it enough to know the ins and outs and who to get involved with and who not to get involved with. But I just didn't see enough. And I was just like, everybody want to be the save the club person. I don't want to be the save the club person. I want to be the contract getter. And it reflects back to Jay-Z saying, the businessman thing. I took it from that point, and I said, I want contracts, not just a regular contract from somebody I'm doing a function for, but I want contract. I want business contracts, because I went to California before, and I watched guys DJ, and I watched them just hit buttons. Everything was already programmed. I'm looking at their yearly earnings. You're talking in the millions.
Killing it.
Yes. So I'm thinking they can't do this without contracts. So when I came here, it's not the same contracts, of course, but I wanted contracts when I came here. So I wanted to work with ECU, the hospitals, college, any college that would have me.
Okay.
So any business, but I didn't want it to just be oh, New Look hired me, and then next week they have somebody else.
Right.
I wanted it to be a relationship. Like I want to build family type statuses when I do a contract. I want to say, hey, I got you. Call me, let me know, send me a rider, email or whatever. Let me know what's needed. We have you. We got you, no matter what. And this is what the up and coming definitely weren't doing. And then some of the seasoned guys, they weren't doing it. They weren't even doing contracts. I've had several calls where a lot of guys call and say, hey man, how do you stay busy? How in the world do you stay? I hear your name all over the place. You may not see me on social media every day and every weekend, but I'm busy. And I'm sure that my income is probably a lot larger than most of the guys that's doing it every weekend.
Gotcha.
Because I build a relationship first. I don't want to be your client and then you don't remember me next week.
Right.
So even down with the churches, I do a lot of church functions. It's not about the money there. I'm a part of something that I'm not a part of, if I can use that, because I don't do church as much as I should, or even if any, because I'm learning things at the same time, and I'm trying to understand why do I go here? Why I can't freelance and go to this church and this church and this church? Because I think it's a message everywhere you go. And sometimes you can get in the same environment and get the same message over and over and over again. Nothing changes.
Gotcha.
So to jump around, I think is the best thing for me, because I do want to meet different people.
Okay.
And I want to shake a few hands, and a few hands I don't want to shake. But one thing everybody notices about me is I'm going to say what's on my mind, and it's going to be respectfully. But I have to be there because so far in this world we're in now, we have learned to sugarcoat nearly everything to appease the person. It's like me coming to your show. I'm not going to gaslight you. I like what I see. But you'll have people come in and say, oh, don't tell me I'm a dope DJ and you don't feel it.
Right.
Be honest with me so I can critique myself and make it better.
Right.
And that's part of businesses in our area. We will give everybody these halos and crowns, and if it's not right, I'd rather you be a friend than me and tell me, hey, you're not doing. And Chris Haddock done that to me before. Now I didn't like it at first, but I understood why he did it. He said your scratches are off. Now I'm already playing live. It's people.
Right.
My brother come to me and tell me, hey, scratches are off. Your blends are off. I didn't have my speaker turned up.
So you couldn't hear it.
So I couldn't hear it. And I didn't notice I couldn't hear it. I straightened it out.
Right.
I was glad he did that. At first it like, I don't want nobody to tell me how to do my thing.
Criticism.
But the constructive criticism is what made me pick it back up. Now, I'm here thinking I'm Jazzy Jeff in the flesh, and I'm out here, my stuff is not blending.
Right.
And he's all the way in the back, and he comes all the way to the front, and he tells me, hey, scratches off. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And that's as men, those are the things we are supposed to be doing, and those are the conversations we're supposed to be having amongst each other so we can help each other be great.
You know, I just think with egos and stuff, people have lost sight of what needs to be said. We come from a generation of straight shooters. It is what it is, you know. And then you fix it, and then you get better. Nobody starts off running.
Right.
You know, so I have appreciation for that. And sometimes, you know,
You already know.
You trying to slide by, well, maybe they don't see it, or they see it.
They see it, and they hear it.
So-
Because and I'll tell you what, DJing with Cleve one night, and that's my brother, I love him. A lady, she posted on his page. She said, the DJ that came on before you, which I was an opener, so I wasn't supposed to do the main work.
Okay.
The public doesn't understand that the opener doesn't do that. He starts off to get you mellow, go to the bar, get your drinks, talk a little bit. That's what his job is. So for those that don't know, so I'm just playing music and I'm chilling. That's supposed to be the vibe. You just coming in the door. How many
Right.
come walk right in the door and jump right on the dance floor?
Not too many.
Not too many. So she tells him respectfully, she wasn't ugly about it. She said, that DJ needs a little bit of work. He was kind of off. He wasn't doing it for me. My brother,
Wow.
he said my brother did what he was supposed to be doing. He defended that because he understands what we do.
Right.
And I played for some other great DJs. I played for a DJ. His guy came, his road manager came out and said, hey, my boy said, what are you doing? Because at the time, I'm premature. And
You going off.
I'm going off. I'm playing the hot music. Right? So his people come out and say, yo, he said, cut that now. So now I got a group of people partying. They dancing, they having a good time. And this was at NCAA tournament thing.
Okay.
So, yeah, and I cut it. Respectfully, I cut it. Because
Yeah.
my job was to be the opener.
Right, right.
It was no disrespect, but he gave me a life lesson.
Oh, yeah.
And he let me know, listen, this is what you do and what you don't do.
Yeah.
Not from a perspective of he's ill with me. It's just the perspective of I didn't know.
Wow. Wow.
Like even when I played my first club in Raleigh, that Friday night, I'm doing what I know to do.
And they're sitting there like, this joker done went crazy.
Yeah. So before DJ DBS came in, the owner, Sean, says, hey, just play the music. Just play the music.
Yeah.
I didn't understand because I've always been in my
Element of trying to get it
of
going.
I want to be that guy when somebody approaches me and say, hey, you ain't a DJ, because the elements of DJing,
Right.
what we know is you need to know how to blend, you need to know how to scratch, you need to know how to read the crowd, most importantly.
Right.
I could do all that, but I wanted to show you that I can get it in because my brother Jazzy Jeff, and I just watched something on Jazzy that said, okay, we're not supposed to just go in and start cutting it up because we're at so-and-so's gig. This is a mentor.
Yeah.
He's telling you.
It makes sense.
It
makes
makes
a lot of
sense
And now that you
now.
mention it, I see it now that when there's been different DJs, how it does elevate. And it makes so much sense. Just like you go to a show for a singer. The first guy, he's going to sing his couple of songs, but when it's time for him to get off, it's time to get off. Same thing with comedians. You better not get up there and act the fool.
No.
And
No. You cannot go up there and outdo Kevin Hart before Kevin Hart come on.
Or you won't be on Kevin Hart's
Mike
tour
Epps.
ever.
You ain't got to worry about it no more. and that's the same thing with DJing.
Right.
Now, rap artists are a little different because their music and content, it speaks for itself.
Right.
But because they only have to perform.
Okay.
But we have to
There's a code.
captivate
There's a code.
the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
What we do. It ain't so much of what you play.
Mm-hmm.
So I can play the hottest jam, spin that. But you better play it right. And you better bring something to the table when you play it and not play it long because you already know this star DJ is going to play that.
It's
'cause
gonna
that's
rip it
what
up.
Yeah, because that's what hits.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be able to play that and you're
Right.
supposed to stay away from it. So it's a learning process. And I learned So now I lay back. And it's funny because I'm so seasoned. I'm 35 years in.
I was going to ask you, how many years have you been DJing?
35.
35 years. That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
35 years.
And I'm still sitting back and I'm doing this at younger DJs because the technology has changed everything. So I'm watching them and I'm listening to, because I'm older. So I ain't riding around listening to Spin That.
Right.
You know, it's a hot jam for the summer. But for me, I got Teddy P on when I'm riding.
Right, right.
You know, I want to hear something laid back.
You know, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, well, these songs nowadays, I'm like, what?
They get straight to the point.
It's straight to the point. And I said, I heard some stuff I ain't never heard before.
I was talking to a young lady before at work, and I told her, I said, you know, the music back then
was suggestive.
You didn't know because of your age
what they
was talking about. What they were talking about.
That's true.
So the song, boom, 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 Another Man. Did not know. Y'all listen to this. Did not know that when she said another man, she was getting beat by another man was the lyrics in the song.
What in the world?
Where her guy was with the other man. Y'all hear me? Her guy was with the other man. Okay, I cleared it up for those that didn't know.
That's crazy.
But we didn't hear it for that back then.
No.
The beat was banging. When it came on, the dance floor was already packed from what I've seen my mom and them partying off of.
Right.
But that's what that song was about.
Man, it's just like you said, music does influence. People might not say that it does, but that gets you riled up. So I agree with you 100%.
Look at the music.
It is what
the
it is.
The music is crazy. The first lyric is about getting in bed. When we had to dissect the songs back then, and it was almost to the end of the song. When Teddy said turn them off, you knew to turn the lights off.
Right.
But you didn't know where he was. If you didn't listen to the lyrics, you didn't know what room he was in to turn the lights off. And you didn't know what was going on as a kid. You didn't know. You just didn't know. All you heard was turn them off.
Right.
How about the song Brandy? Who knew that he was talking about his dog?
Well, I knew that. I did.
Yeah, we know now.
Well, I knew that back then. I don't know why. I think it was Michael Jackson. Ben, he was singing about the rat.
Yeah, see,
somehow some of those relations.
All of that related.
Yeah.
But back then, I didn't know.
Okay.
Until I got deeper into what used to come on.
Isn't that crazy?
Right. So the music now, the guys get right to the bedroom from the beginning of the song.
I'm not even gonna say the lyrics of what I just heard when they were playing it, but I just said this is some crazy mess.
Right.
This is crazy.
So if you're not into that, immediately you go, doop.
Oh, you can't listen with your children.
It can't play.
And they grown folks.
And they know it.
They know it. They sure do know it.
And that's funny because when I do schools in the area and outside of the area, I play clean versions. I've had teachers come up to me and say, hey, you got anything clean? I said,
that's the clean version.
I'm playing the clean version. I said, these kids already know the lyrics, the wrong lyrics to it. So I did a test because she didn't believe me. And I'm not going to say the school or the teacher, but I played a song, clean as a whistle. I said, watch this. I'm going to turn the song off, and I'm going to watch them sing this song. They sung it word for word.
Wow.
The dirty version. Until I got on the mic and I said, hey, we're not going to do that.
And what did the teacher say?
Wow. You know what made it even crazier? Her daughter was in the group. I told her, I said, these kids know these lyrics. It's nothing you can do about it.
Wow.
Because when we were growing up, we didn't have these. So whatever you listened to,
everybody heard it.
Everybody heard it.
Yeah.
So automatic, the parent knew what you weren't.
That's true.
Going to listen to because they're not having it.
Yeah.
And then there was only one component set in the house. to start
Exactly,
with.
exactly. Now people got 4 or 5 headphones and
Right,
everything. They listen
right.
to iPads and telephones, all this kind of stuff.
And we had a component set about this color,
Uh huh.
and you lift the top up on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Now this where I got in trouble. I'm lifting that up. I got the 45 and the dial in the middle, and I'm in there.
Oh boy, you ain't in the scratcher.
I'm in there. So when we came here, there was a guy on air named Little Willie.
I remember Little Willie. Little Willie sent you.
Yeah. So there was a car commercial that come on, and the lady would scream, "My bro, you remember this? Ah, there's a man standing behind the car." And the guy goes, "Now they're in the car. I don't know what's going on, but they're in the car." "Oh, that's just Bill." "Bill who?" "Bill Askew Motors."
Oh, I remember that.
I remember that plain as day because we used to
Wow.
laugh about it all the time. And we actually would go to school and say it. So, yeah, that was one of the commercials
That's funny.
that would come on. And mom would have the chairs pulled back to the wall and had an open dance floor. And everybody that would come over from in our projects would come over, and she got the music thumping and they partying.
Wow. So the support that you've had going up through all this time, of course you had it from your family, but there's also, you found a little princess or a little queen that kind of guides you and helps shape you into the next phase of your life. How does marriage and relationships fit in with the DJing?
Well, when I first met her, she gonna say I stalked her.
Sitting on the porch waiting for her to get home.
Waiting for her to get home. I was up when she got up for work, and I would watch her go to work.
Do what it gotta do.
And then on the weekends, she would go across the street to her sister. Her and her sister shared washer and dryer, and I would watch her walk across that parking lot to go to her sister's. She weren't dressed. I mean, she had on regular housewear.
Okay.
And to me, a woman is more attractive when she's in her mode,
Okay.
where she just lounging. And I said, I'm gonna meet her. Now my mom is in the background, hollered at the same time, "Stop stalking that woman!"
Jesus.
And I go, you know what? One day I'm gonna say something to her. So she walked every day. So she got on her trail to walk neighborhood, and I ran out there and I caught her and I said, "Excuse me, can I walk with you?" And she didn't know me, but she knew I was watching her. So she said yes. The second day we walked, I asked her, "Can I hold her hand?" She said, "No, you can't hold my hand. I don't know you like that." She ended up holding my hand anyway. And I told her, and this is my exact words, I said, "I'm going to marry you. You're going to be my wife." And I was just being me.
Right.
I told her that. Next thing you know, we were engaged.
Wow. That's crazy.
It took a little while, but I knew she was it when the things that normally happen in a relationship, bedroom, all that stuff, didn't happen. And we just got to know each other.
Okay.
And everything started being cool. And then she said, "I want you to go somewhere with me." And I said, "Where?" She said, "My family's having a gathering, having a cookout, like a family reunion type thing. I want you to meet my family." So I knew that at that point it became really official that she was into me. But yeah, she was amazing. And some of the things that she did, because I was plunging again downhill, because I was running out of funds and everything, and I wasn't in the environment that I was normally in, and I knew how to go get money, but that wasn't the right thing to do. And she was the first female that ever said, "Hey, what do you want to do with your life?" You know, she had those questions because she was already she was made.
Okay.
Great parents. They were all about school and education and being somebody.
Right.
Especially my father-in-law, God rest his soul. My mother-in-law was very influential on a lot of situations and subjects that we had going on, and I saw all of them and what was instilled in her, like that old school mentality. Like,
Right.
if you serious, I got you.
Was that a culture shock to you, being that
Oh
you
yeah,
this dysfunction on this side, for lack of better words, and then so much structure here?
the structure was there, and it was noticeable.
Mm.
Um, wasn't a party girl. Now she had her time in college, I'm sure, because she's told me she always pick on me about that. Yeah, I was like, whatever, man. I don't want to hear that
Right,
noise.
right.
But um, she became. I remember one of her friends calling one night, and we were just really getting started, probably 2 or 3 weeks in, and she was like, "Girl, we going out tonight. Uh, what's up? What you doing?" And she told them no.
Mm.
My wife ain't been out since.
Really?
I couldn't do nothing but honor that.
Right.
Like, yo, this is it.
This is the real deal. This is what you've been looking for.
This is happening.
Okay.
And I've played house on several occasions and been in different relationships. And they were all good, but then they had their bad times too. Um, she gave me a little bit more to go on, like hope,
Mm-hmm.
and that took me to a different direction. Like, how your parent is like, you ain't doing that. She gave off that spirit, and then her dad and her uncles, they gave off a spirit as, okay, if you think you some kind of rapper or some kind of hustler, we ain't having it.
Mm.
So that family thing you speaking of earlier,
Right.
that jawed in real quick. Like, yo, they ain't playing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta be up and up.
You
I
gotta be
gotta
right.
do
You gotta be-
right. And then to see her dad work as hard as he did, influence, and I couldn't let him down. Even
Right.
with my first interview. Now I was gonna go into that interview and just say what I needed to say to get the job. He came down the night before, because they reside in Rocky Mountain, and he said, "Son, whatever you do, tell the truth.
Wow.
They already have your information in front of them." Nobody's never told me that. I never knew that. I never thought to think that.
Right.
But he said your paperwork is in front of them, and everything about you is in front of them.
Wow.
So that resonated,
Mm-hmm.
and when I walked out that door, I just knew I didn't get the job because I was honest. To get that call right back before I even made it across the,
Isn't that
the
crazy?
walkway was like, oh, I got the job. So I didn't even know how to tell her, because when you first starting out, the first thing you do is try to impress.
Yeah.
So everything, you're cool. I can't let you see me
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
So I'm doing all this impressing. I'm not even doing anything during the day, and I got to put on the freshest gear. Like, now to me, that's the bummiest, weirdest thing to me,
Yeah.
that you can walk around, have the flyest gear on, and you're on a cell phone, but you're not working.
Right.
That's me being stereotypical now, when that was me back then.
Well, but you mature
I
and you
grew.
understand, and I think with men, I always tell people as well, at 26 is when your light comes on, and you say if you don't change your life, then you're going to be doing the same thing for the rest of your life. Or if you figure out the structure and be responsible, then your path, you choose your path.
But I had it. Mom put that there.
She put it there, but I don't care who puts it in you. You've got to figure it out for yourself. And once you figure it out and believe it, then okay, that's it. Just like I said, even with your children, you
Yeah.
know that if you don't do the right things, then you can screw them up. And the children didn't ask to be here.
Right.
Therefore, it's your responsibility to at least put them in a path that pushes them in the right direction.
Well, I'll tell you what. speaking of that, my wife is my biggest influence. Um,
In your life or bigger?
in general,
Yeah.
because
It's supposed to be.
she didn't have to do none
No.
of the
Mm-mm.
things she did, and to like hold me when I needed to be held, and I never broke down like that.
Right.
And oh, I ain't, we men, we barbaric. We ain't crying in front of anybody. You know what I mean?
Right,
And, and,
right,
and when I did that, she embraced that.
right,
I'm like, wow,
right.
I feel like you really care, and that went a long ways. And then my other three biggest influences are my girls,
Yeah.
my Lady B, and my princesses. All three of them are princesses. Excuse me, because now they go back and forth with their mom because they call themselves Queen. Cameron calls herself Queen Cameron. She's in the building and she's a boss. I like the boss part, but you're not the boss at my house.
Right.
Camille, my baby girl, she's the queen. She says she's the queen too, but they're princesses to me. They're always she's always gonna be my princess, and she's always had the baby girl name. It's always been baby girl. Um, Cameron, just different.
Right.
Wants to be. She used to be shy. I can't tell now. She's on top of her game. Early college, she
Oh, nice.
doing awesome. B, she did military. This child did something that would almost take a person a lifetime to do.
Mm.
She sent me pictures of her um, getting her house built.
Nice. Nice. How old is she?
She gonna be mad if I say
Mm.
it, but she's in her 30s, and I know her mom is proud of her
There you go.
because she did a lot of things that a lot of people may not have thought that she could do, but she prevailed.
Hmm. Sounds
And
like somebody I know.
yeah, she's awesome. Cameron, awesome in everything she's doing. Camille, that's my baby girl. She's still wanting to be the baby, still is the baby,
Right.
but she's trying different things so she can find her niche.
Hmm.
But I can't separate them individually
Okay.
because together they form Voltron. They
Mm.
their personalities click together, and I can see me through all of them.
I was gonna ask you, do you feel like you're the impact of them seeing that how much you grind and how much your relationship is strong with your wife, that it's helping them understand what is acceptable and what's not acceptable?
Yeah, because they grind.
Hmm.
They
Daddy grinds.
they
Mama grinds.
yeah, they grind. Um, my baby girl, her mother hustled, worked all the time.
Hmm.
Um, they have that, which I love, and I love it because I don't have to explain as to what to do
Hmm.
all the time. I don't have to say anything.
That's awesome.
Like they know to go get it or they don't have it,
Well, you lead by example.
and they love money. they they literally love money. They love money to the point of what it does, not so much of I gotta have it because I just gotta have it.
But
Like,
what it can do to improve your life.
like Cameron, she has a new car.
Hmm.
It's paid for,
Hmm.
but my child works 2 jobs
Mm.
and in school and doing other career.
That's awesome.
So that's it's the drive.
Yeah.
And my baby
should be
girl,
proud.
she's doing sports. She's trying to find the next sport she wants to do. But Camille is, to me, laid back.
Mm.
She's very laid back, and she'll find it as she goes. But all three of them came out of shells,
That's awesome.
and once those shells finally went away, they started finding themselves without us having to tell them, hey, this is what you need to be, this is what you need to do. They started finding their own thing.
You can tell them, but until they figure it out on their own, telling them means nothing.
It means
So
nothing.
once they're 100% committed to it, then that's when the change happens. So what did it say? The prodigal son always returns home.
Oh,
You instill in them what's supposed to be good, what needs to be done, and then from that, that's all you can do. And then if it comes back, it comes back.
well, most importantly, too, they're circles.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
N-
But
n-
but
n-
you technically can't choose the circles.
You can't
do
choose
that
their
either.
circles, but their circles are unique. And when I say unique, you know the show.
Yeah. I love it. I love
You
it.
know the
Right
show.
there.
Unique. You know. So, um, you know, when they were babies, like, they would have company over, and we could hear stuff in the room from the people that were visiting.
Right.
And like, oh no, they can't come back. You know what I mean? To the point where I'm peeping my head at the door, and I'm like, hey, we don't do that here. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
now I got to be the Cosby. I got to be Mr. Cosby on that.
Right, right.
So, and then I thought about it, and I said, you know what? A little sprinkle of this and that works.
It does. It does.
Because I don't want them to ever pick and choose who they're around because of me.
Mm-mm.
I want them to get the experience because it's okay to have a hood friend.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You never know what situation you might be in.
Well, you can't have them sheltered,
Right.
Because then it's a false sense of reality. And once they're exposed to the real things of life, because you ain't gonna be there with them all the time.
Exactly.
So they got to be able to venture out and figure what needs to be done. Let me ask you about something that's near and dear to you:
Okay.
bullying.
Now that right there, I'm not gonna call his name, but I was bullied.
Okay.
I handled it.
Okay.
And then we came to and I'll tell you what, even better. When we first came to North Carolina, I was bullied by a guy 3 times bigger than me. We didn't settle. Mom made me go outside. You're gonna fight him.
Mm.
You're not gonna come in and and I'm gonna beat you. That was her thing. Cause my mom had an edge when coming from the city. Mom had an edge, like she was about that.
Okay.
And her and my auntie Carolyn, they were about that. So, she like, no, you go back outside. Go back out. You're not coming in here crying. Go back out. Now, what I did after that, she didn't tell me to do that.
Right.
But this guy picked on me every day, all day, and he was 3 classes ahead of me.
Wow.
And the day that I won it over was my sister used to ride a 3-wheel tricycle, and he shoved me so hard on that concrete, scraped my knees up, and I don't know, it was the David Banner Incredible Hulk scene.
Understood.
And what I did after that, we had no more problems. I'll say that.
Okay.
But that bicycle was my weapon.
I got you.
And I did hit him with it. I still got in trouble,
But it was over.
but it was over. And I didn't mind being in trouble because my mom didn't tell me to go do that.
Right.
She just told me to go defend myself.
Okay.
And they were next door neighbors.
That's insane. Insane.
Yeah. So yeah,
So what do you do with bullying
the
now?
bullying now-
for the programs that you do? Because you do a lot with the youth, and
Yeah.
you have events, and you also do a lot of social media about bullying.
So, and I won't call the school out, but I was on a social media platform, and there were parents concerned about their kids being bullied at school. So the next day, I got in contact with her, and I asked her where the school was, asked her son's name, and this kid actually was adopted.
Okay.
So she didn't have much, but she took him in anyway. His grades had plunged all the way down, and he was a young boy. I think he was probably 10 or 11 at the time. And I asked her what did she need help in. She said she just wanted to have him talked to. And I said, cool. And when he came to talk to me in the principal's office, I happened to look down at his shoes. Now, I'm one of those people that when I talk to you, I let you do the talking, but I'm also observant to what might be the problem.
Okay.
So the problem was
The shoe.
they picked on him because of his shoes. And I asked him, I asked the mom, because he didn't even know anything about this. And I said, when he left to go back to class, I said, what size shoe does he wear? I said, I think I know the problem. She told me his size. I went to the mall that afternoon. I went and bought the newest pair of J's that came out. Went back to the school the next day. Called him in the office. He thought he was in trouble. So I'm hiding.
Right.
And then I come out of nowhere. And his mom is there. So he really thinks he's in trouble and she's about to come get him. And I call his name and I said, hey man, you remember me? You know, I was just here yesterday. I said, how you doing in class? He said, I don't know. I said, are you still getting picked on? And he said, yes. I said, I tell you what, I got something for you today. I said, try those shoes on for me. And he's looking around. It's still in the bag. And I said, there they are. He looked in there. He saw the J's. And his eyes did this.
Wow.
Now, his eyes did this. And all the grown-ups in the room,
Start crying.
tears is running down our faces. And he turned around and he said, these for me? They for me? For me? I said, yeah. And he came and gave me a hug, which that was overwhelming. So now
You crying.
I'm worse. I'm worse than I was.
Right,
Because I was
right.
trying to hold back. And I'm almost emotional now. And the crazy thing is, I told him, I said, give me those. I want to wear those shoes you got on right now. So I was basically telling him, take those off.
Right.
And I told him to try the new shoes on. And I asked him, I said, well, how do they feel? And he said,
You don't care how they felt.
yeah, he didn't care. He said, they feel good. I said, can you walk in them? I said, good. I said, tie them up. You got to see how you walk in them. I said, okay. They look good on you. Oh, man, the smile on his face.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then talking to the principal, I said, I want to do one other thing before I leave. And she said, what is that? I said, I want to walk into class. She said, you know what? We can grant that. Let me call security. So she called security, to make sure the halls were clear.
Right.
And I walked him to class. He walks back into class. The teacher goes, well, who is this? She's calling his name. And he tells her my name. This is DJ 64. Like that. I thought that was cool.
Right.
And I said, I introduced myself to her in the class. And I said, well, this is my new friend, and I'm his new big homie. So anybody that got anything to say to him, you can say to me. And the room just got quiet because I'm 6'4", and the room is dark. So everybody's sitting in these little desks and they're doing this.
Right.
So which was amazing too. That's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. What happened. And after that, no more problems. His grades
Nice.
went up to here. They stopped picking on him. And that's all. I knew that's what the problem was.
There it is. I tell you, that impact and that dynamic that you have to change people's lives is phenomenal.
So that was a success story.
That's awesome.
And even down to grown-ups that have these issues.
Right. You got to understand and never take for granted. We said this earlier, what kind of impact
Right.
you make on a person.
Right.
And I think, and I said to my kids, imagine if you didn't exist. Imagine if I didn't exist. You wouldn't be here. None of this would end up happening.
Right.
So I think there's seasons that we all go through.
Mm-hmm.
And once you understand that you're in a season, it's easier for you to relate, because the things that are put onto you spiritually, I say it's not for you. It's for the
Whoever.
strength, the test, so that that child that comes up to you that is getting bullying, you're being able to put onto them the gift of knowing, the gift of endurance, the
Right.
gift of graciousness, and just being a support to them. So now that person can relate to that, and whenever that comes up to them, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna pay it forward.
Yeah, and the thing with the seasons thing, we all have
We
those.
all have them.
And then, as the Bible says, too, we're coming to a point where we don't know what season it is. And sometimes, even growing up, knowing what season comes after the next one and the next one, we still get in those seasons sometime. And it's Christmas, but we got summertime weather. And that coincides with life too, in a sense, because I can have a great day today, and then tomorrow I could be down. But my down sometimes helps somebody else that's down because
Right.
they're not used to seeing me in that position.
It's how
Like,
you handle it.
and everybody sees that.
They see that.
And they,
Well,
he picked
Arthur
right up
came
and kept
through
right
it.
on
He
going.
made it through it. Sure,
And
I can
I'm
make
the
through
one they say,
it. Wasn't gonna make
yeah,
it.
I'm not going. He can't do that.
Yeah.
So, um, it's overwhelming. Life to me, my whole life has been overwhelming because I kept seeing myself climb and climb and climb, and then I lose a step, and then I get back up and I climb again. But every time I climb, I wanted everybody to see me get there, like see the struggle, and
Yeah.
they didn't see the struggle. It's almost like
They saw the reward. They saw the fruits of it, but they didn't understand.
the labor.
And honestly, with you, this goes all the way back from
Right.
coming from New York.
Yeah.
And your father, your mother, the stuff in school, the young father, to working, to being the DJ, to those that doubted you, all these things, it didn't just happen overnight.
Right. And it's a big shout out to everybody that doubted me.
Yeah,
That's teachers, classmates,
thank God for them.
friends. Thank you, because everything that I did endure, it made me elevate.
Yeah,
Um, the mother, the second or third mother of mine was Miss Delzora, and Miss Georgia. They embraced the fact that I loved music, and they didn't never tell me I used to live with Miss Delzora, and when she walked in the house, all she heard was music. I'm upstairs in one of her rooms, and that's what I'm doing. I'm doing music.
Gotcha.
She never said turn it off, turn it down. She knew that was my thing,
Right.
and she embraced it. And I love her for that because
Awesome.
a lot of people just thought something was wrong with me because they didn't understand. Nobody. It was weird to see a person walk around and they just reciting every lyric that he knew from every song. Miss Georgia was the house. She owned the house that I was breaking into to DJ.
right.
That's my other mama. I love her, because she'll tell you right now. If you was to interview her, she'll tell you he loved that music.
Yeah.
He loved that music. That's every day after school. I break my neck to do homework so I can get to her house by
Wow.
the time her son gets out of work.
Isn't that crazy?
So that was the passion.
Yeah, and I heard that she's proud of you more than anything else today.
Yeah.
So
She loves me. Listen. She wants me to DJ her funeral.
I don't think I ever heard that one before.
Yeah, but
But
that's,
it
that's
is what it
mama,
is,
and
right?
And she know what she wants. She tells me that, frequently. She says it. She'll let me know.
That is crazy.
Now
is
that would be the first if I did.
right. I'm gonna be right there videoing,
Yeah, but
recording it.
that's what she wants, and I would have to figure out a way to do it.
Oh wow.
But that's how she wants to be celebrated.
Isn't
the
that
fact
something?
that I use her house as
To become who
I
you are
am
today.
and it was nothing but love, and that's what I meant when I said the community grew me
Yeah.
and my siblings. They grew everybody. It was a village.
Yeah.
It was a village. Every even today, kids today will see you and you say, "Look at them like you better not," and they do it anyway.
Yeah.
Us coming up, it was you see big Mr. James over there, and he give you that look, and he don't even have to know you.
Right.
I dare you.
Yeah.
And
It was respect.
It was respect.
It was respect.
And you knew, man, this big man put his hands on me, he gonna hurt me. So you already were scared at that point. So the village thing for me,
Yeah.
and all that goes together with my upbringing, the bullying, the teaching, the understanding of what life meant to me. Because you only have two choices: you can be in the box or outside
That's
of the
right.
box. Now, getting out of that box is a whole different
Oh,
story.
that is the truth. That is the truth.
And I've always said it's easy to get in that,
But harder to
and it's
get out.
harder to get out. And that, not only that, it changes everything for you because the way people look at you and perceive you, it hurts you all the way through, from jobs, people having you
First
around.
impression is the lasting impression.
Yes, and
Whether it's right or wrong.
right or wrong, and people don't want to be around you. They
Yeah.
don't want to associate. So I can say Raleigh and Greenville helped rebuild
Nice.
me because I had shipped it down so far.
But you were smart enough to figure out
Oh, yeah.
that you know what, you need a way to turn the stuff around,
Oh, yeah.
and your support system was there with you. So that's a great thing.
Moms,
So I'm going to ask this: what's the future for Six? What's next?
you know what? And mama will attest to this because she always said you can't save the world. But I'll try to save the world. She'll tell you that right now. I've told him many a times you can't save the world, baby, but it's in me. Even when I know that I can't, I'll still try. And the future for me is continuing to be a great husband, continuing to be a great friend to those that are in need of assistance.
Like,
Most importantly, a great father and a great papa.
I love it.
Great papa is my thing
I
because
love it.
we got twins, and then we got the older one of the twins, Miss Ava, and we got Miss Brooklyn and Miss Callie.
I love it.
And
That's awesome.
I wouldn't do this over.
Okay.
And you'll hear some people say, "Man, you know what? If I could go back, I'll change this."
I wouldn't change anything.
I don't want to. Now that I can see it, I don't want to change it. I think I took the steps and the moves I made, bad or good. And because it was a point where I was down where God said, "Listen, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna reach for you one more time."
Wow.
And this one I had a breakthrough. If you don't reach for me this time, I'm gonna let you go. With the ones you want to be with, I'm gonna let you
Wow.
go. And I grabbed for him. He pulled me up. I
There you
just
go.
said, I said, I'm not going back. I might not do it the way that everybody and what the world see how we should be doing it, because in their eyes they're saying, oh, you got to be in church every day, every Sunday. No, because my thing with that is, you can go to church, you can be in church, you can be of the church, but now for me, somebody got to stay on the outside and do the work. Because a lot of the people in there not coming on the outside to do the work.
That's true.
So if that's what he's using me for,
So be it. Your ministry may be a different way.
and it is, and I've come to realize that's why I'm still here.
There you go. I will change something for you. You want to save everybody, but I would add this: you can't save those that don't want to be saved.
And that is true.
So you put that in there, and then keep shining your light to show the positive person that you are and the things that you do. And without any words, it'll be seen. They'll follow. So just continue being who you are.
Yeah, I have to,
Yeah.
because I have a lot of people that I didn't even know that looks up to me,
Oh yeah,
old and young,
yeah.
and I'm just like, wow. And,
That's a
and
great thing.
it's really great. I had a young lady, she lost her mom, and I was doing my morning thing, and she inboxed me and she said, "Thank you. I
Nice.
needed this."
I love it.
So that made me push even harder and
Right.
further. And then, even some don't know, but when I got involved with Coco's, I didn't know what I was going to be doing there. But I have embraced a lot of people, even to the point where I'm able to meet different DJs. And when I hear them say, "Oh, I already know who you are," I'm like,
There you go.
I made my stamp.
There you go.
I don't have to prove anything.
That's legacy.
Else. And
That's legacy between what you do as the works of an individual and with your family.
yeah. So to hear the younger ones say
I love it.
and big I'm like, yo,
You can call me Uncle all day long.
all day long, OG.
I'll take it.
I embrace it, man.
I
I'm
will
like,
take it.
and I've had older ones say, "Look, I need to get with you. I need you to show me how to do this." But they don't understand the teachers I had before me. I was willing to observe and listen, observe and listen. So there were a lot of great DJs and still are DJing to this day that I go to their pages and I just watch.
Nice.
Like I'm watching TV
There you go.
because they're a huge influence on me. A lot of them I didn't even know. DJ Double J, young boy, when I first met him, and his dad. He now I see him on screens with Shaquille O'Neal and Chris Brown.
Isn't that crazy?
You know what I'm saying? Like that influences me, that pushes me.
Yeah.
Cleve. I mean, all these great guys, DJ Kente here in Greenville, all these great guys, they still pushing, and I love it. I
Nice.
embrace it because that's a part of me and my culture. So,
Yeah.
and big shouts out to Unique Voices, Mr. Smith.
But I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man, because we didn't get into it, but you were a huge impact on a lot of decisions that I have made in life in the last 20 years.
I appreciate it.
And man, you know how you do things and you say, I can't do it this way because I'm wondering what he might say, or it's like a big brother thing. Like,
Okay.
I can't pass this, I can't do this because this he not gonna like this. And that's how I view my father-in-law. Like, there were certain things that I wanted to do, but I did it the way he would do it because I know he would approve of it.
Right.
And then I made myself understand that this is the way it should be done, because look at his legacy and how long he's been doing it, and it's worked.
Yeah.
And it's old school. And anything you grab old school, hands down.
You've got a sense of pride. You got a sense of accomplishment, knowing that what you've done won't collapse.
Yeah.
I say this as well. If you build what you're building on a rickety ladder, when you get to the top, what's going to happen? It's going to collapse. But if you build it with strength and support, and you forge it to be stable, then once you get to the top, you have nothing to really worry about.
That's that big bad wolf.
There it
Three
goes.
little pigs
Blow you
thing
down.
right there. And no straw, none of that.
None
I
of
need
that.
bricks. The foundation got to be bricks and steel. So
There you go.
I'm just like, man, it's an honor, man. I couldn't wait to get this over with.
Well, it's not just over yet, but I have something for you.
Oh, man.
So thank you for coming and sitting with me today.
Man.
I have a little gift for you. Something to.
So must I share this with the public?
You can share it right now.
Well, you know what? Oh, yeah. You know what? This might be my attire for tonight. You know what I mean? This might be my attire for tonight. This hat. Matter of fact, I think it might be some white going on tonight. So you guys, I want you guys to see. Now, I watched this guy here build as well. So, I'm very proud of you, D.
Thank you.
For your accomplishments, man. It's been a pleasure and an honor, man, just to sit here. And all you other guys, I guess I can come to you now But I was going to do this one before I touched anybody's podcast, interview, or anything, because this one right here was well deserved, and I needed to do this one first. This was from the heart. But I appreciate this. This just might be my attire for tonight, to keep it a break for everybody.
Well,
so
I appreciate it.
If y'all see me with this on, y'all make sure to go check out
Unique
Voices.
And this is part of a unique creation. So, with that being said, Six, thank you for joining me today to reminisce, to go back on things that you've done, to see your accomplishments, your rise to greatness. I look forward to the future and seeing the things that you are going to do, and continue to be that soul that you are and have to the world and to the people that you inspire. So again, thank you.
Thank you. Listen, before we go, because I'm going to get in trouble if I don't do this.
Go for it.
My sister Shay, my sister Tierra, and my brother Quan. I love y'all, man. So, because I know we didn't talk about you guys other than saying siblings, but I love you guys because y'all were a huge part in what I do now.
Nice.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, with that being said, thank you for joining us. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. And most of all, do one thing for me. Go out and be unique. You're part of the unique family. Thank you.
Yep.